Every day, entrepreneurs feel trapped in a race that was never really designed for them. Watching unicorns, the tech giants, the billion-dollar startups, grow faster, louder, and seemingly untouchable, it's easy to wonder, is there even a place for social businesses to compete? Or are social enterprises just destined to be the nice idea nobody bets big on? That gut punch, that feeling of being overshadowed by flashy valuations and endless funding rounds, it's real, and it's crushing. But here's the raw truth no one's telling. Social businesses don't just have a chance, they can rewrite the game entirely. Not by copying what unicorns do, but by doing what they can never do. Social enterprises are built on something money alone can't buy, purpose fused with profit, a fire to solve real problems, not just chase growth. But many founders and investors get stuck asking the wrong question: how to beat unicorns at their own game, chasing the same metrics, the same hype. That's the trap. The world's loudest success stories crave quick returns, viral moments, and valuations that blind most people to what really matters. Social businesses, they play on a different field. One where impact, resilience, and meaning carry heavier weight than fleeting market trends. But to win here, you need to stop thinking like the traditional game demands and start thinking differently, radically. The biggest pain often comes not from lack of resources, but from feeling alone, misunderstood, and boxed in by systems that aren't made for radical ideas. Unicorns have armies, investors cheering on explosive growth, media spotlight blinding on privilege, culture handing them a fast track. Meanwhile, social entrepreneurs face skepticism, slower capital flows, broken support structures, and a world that applauds innovation but fears real change. This isolation corrodes energy and makes founders wonder if they should just play it safe or shrink dreams into what's acceptable. And it's exhausting to battle that inertia, to scream in silence, to push a cause against a system designed to reward conformity. But here's why this story must flip. Because social enterprises have the power to redefine value itself. Not the narrow value investors count in dollars, but the broad value measured in lives improved, communities uplifted, and futures protected. Beating unicorns doesn't mean outspending or out-hustling them. It means outlasting, out-connecting, and out-creating what truly matters. Unicorns can disrupt markets. Social enterprises disrupt the very metrics markets use. They refuse to buy into illusions that bigger means better, faster means smarter. They say loud and clear, real success is sustainable, just, and rooted in shared humanity. And that's a game changer few have the courage to play. To start flipping the narrative, social entrepreneurs must first shed the belief that their impact diminishes if it's not lightning fast or mass market. The slow build, the grind of steady progress, and the deep roots into communities are strengths, not setbacks. This means embracing investment models that measure patience, funding that understands that durable change doesn't sprint but endures. It requires forging partnerships not for quick wins, but for long-term resilience. Social businesses thrive by valuing people, planet, and profit equally, not as trade-offs. Investors who truly see this can unlock power far beyond quarterly reports. They create legacies. Because when you invest in the uncommon, the neglected, the transformative, you're banking on a future no unicorn can buy. But it's not just about money or metrics, it's about people. Those founders who carry more than just a vision, but a burden to build differently. Too often, they carry their struggles silently, juggling the pressures of mission with the realities of market demands. They need more than advice. They need a network that sees them, values the hard questions, and offers brutal truth and fierce support. Social enterprises can only beat unicorns when the exclusive walls around founders come down, replaced by bridges connecting the lonely and the brilliant. Collaboration here isn't just nice to have, it's the oxygen. Because solutions to the world's biggest issues are never won alone. This connection means an ecosystem that dares to be selective, not open to everyone, but open to the few who burn with uncommon fire. It means creating spaces where disruption isn't a marketing phrase but a lived reality, where founders experiment without fear of failure, where investors hold space not just for returns but for transformation, where every conversation cuts through noise and gets real. That's how social enterprises become their own unicorns, not by mimicking giants, but by becoming something entirely new, fierce, focused, and fundamentally human. At the heart of this revolution lie three powerful secrets social enterprises can use today to break free from the shadow of traditional startups. First, radical sovereignty. This idea that your will, your mission, your unique approach are your greatest weapons. Don't ask permission. Don't shrink your ambition for comfort or approval. Be relentless in defining what success means for your business and your community. When conventional wisdom tries to put you in a box, explode it. Own your path like no one else can. Second, ruthless questioning. The most transformative businesses don't accept the way things are. They ask why everything operates this way, why profits are prioritized over people, why growth ignores impact, why systems reward mediocrity. Social enterprises win by rejecting assumptions, demanding better logic, and building new rules that prioritize humanity, sustainability, and justice. And third, alignment through selective collaboration. The rare power of connecting with people who share the same fire, not just background or title. This means surrounding yourself with allies who challenge you, complement your strengths, and push you further toward what's truly possible. It's not about scale in numbers, but depth in relationships. That's where true resilience grows. Imagine a world where social businesses aren't fighting beneath the noise but leading from the edge, where they break limits instead of chasing applause, where founders don't have to bend under impossible expectations but can fuel their missions with real freedom and full conviction. Where investors don't just seek the next unicorn, but invest in the few who will actually create a future worth inheriting. This world isn't a dream, it's a choice. The framework exists for those daring enough to claim it. The system as it stands is designed to keep things comfortable, for the comfortable. It rewards passive players, enforces silence on obvious truths, and leaves out those burning with unrest. Social enterprises challenge that by refusing to be polite, refusing to wait, refusing to settle for borrowed lives. When founders and investors anchor themselves in this mindset, they join a movement that transcends industries, geographies, and outdated assumptions. This is not about slight tweaks. It's a full-scale rebellion against a world that prefers you quiet and manageable. Yes, the pain of isolation is real. Yes, the obstacles seem overwhelming, but the stakes are higher than a startup's valuation. They are about reclaiming humanity's greatest asset, our ability to dream wildly, connect deeply, create boldly, and leave a legacy that outlasts the noise of any trend or market cycle. The true power of social enterprises sits in their ability to release individual potential while building collective strength. Here lies a future where impact and innovation are not at odds, but locked in an unstoppable embrace. So what can be done right now? Founders must dare to redefine what winning looks like, not in funding rounds or flashy launches, but in persistent, patient progress that moves communities and changes systems. Investors must shift from chasing shadows of disruption to illuminating the rare gems who make change last. Professionals and leaders must collapse silos and build fierce networks rooted in trust, diversity, and complementary strengths. All of us need to stop accepting the illusion of freedom wrapped around convenience and conformity, and instead become architects of our own realities, ruthlessly, unapologetically. Social enterprises don't need to beat unicorns by their rules because those rules are already broken. They need to invent new ones, rules that worship resilience over speed, humanity over hype, meaning over metrics. It won't be easy. It will push every comfort and certainty to the edge. But the ones willing to burn bright, to challenge every assumption, to refuse compromise, those are the winners this world truly needs. Every second spent doubting the power of social enterprise is a second wasted. The potential is bursting at the seams. Latent brilliance, untapped collaborations, unheard stories, and it's time to unleash it. Because a future where social businesses thrive isn't just possible, it's inevitable once enough people decide it is. This is the fight for real freedom, for true impact, for a legacy that cannot be bought but only earned. It's a call to everyone done waiting, done playing small, done buying into illusions. This is not just a hope, it's a revolution waiting for founders, investors, leaders who refuse to settle. Join the few who choose to be more, who dare to become more. Because social enterprises can not only beat unicorns, they can make the world look wildly different in the process. And last time checked, the only limits on that future sit between your ears. Tear them down. Start now.